Hi, good morning. We're just going to have a run through the latest developments on the system on this video. As you remember, it's got username password protection to get in once you're inside the system. Few things, there are multiple language. At the moment it's just set up for English. There are a couple of Chinese or Portuguese screens where we've got the translations in place. Obviously they would need to be put in at some point. We've got the About ABMS. This is just a control screen for your versions that goes through. You can see exactly which version of the software you're using, and for each version release there will be a brief list of the changes that have been made since the last release, and you can go back and look at the release notes for each release, previous release, so you get a little bit of a history of what changes were made and kind of when. That's mainly for support purposes. Obviously if there's any issues, we need to know which version people are working on there. So that's that one. That's the current menu system. Obviously the system is still in development. It's maybe about 60% complete now, and the system is controlled through the system administrator thing. Initially this is where all the users are created, and we determine exactly what each user can or cannot do or see within the system. A general basic record for each user with the location, the department, their email address, and also the dates that they're valid from. So if this person left, we just change the valid to date, and that person would not be allowed access after that date. A little bit of a summary down here to say that this person is a member of the operator role, so they can look at these different modules. Responsibilities, there are no responsibilities set for that person. The responsibilities are really where you can focus people. If you have somebody who's responsible for a specific customer or a specific supplier, you can tag that person with the customer, etc. So that is their default view. They will just see the information relating to that customer in their initial views within the system. The roles, set as many roles as you want up. The coverall is the system admin role, which, as you can see there, is within each module. There are all the different functions and menus and screens and responsibilities. So by ticking those boxes, we basically say that this role, the admin role, they can, certainly on those two, they can do everything, see everything, etc., etc. So I won't spend too much time on that, but a good example of that for William Lamb is obviously they have the China office, so they can restrict anybody who's assigned to the China management team role cannot access system admin, cannot access master data. They can only access the range building part, and within range building you can see that they're very much restricted. They can only see the sampling area in there. So that's really how we control the access to the different areas of the system. Responsibilities, this is where you can assign individuals. So you can see there that AJC is responsible for 4 customers and 1 controlling office, which is our India office. AJ works in the India office, so all the factories on the system will be associated with a controlling office, so AJ can see all factories that are flagged against the India office. So again, when he goes in, he will just see specific information. He doesn't want to see other customers or whatever. So that's how we can control the sort of visibility of information on the system. Here, lots of different things, business policies that are, I don't think there's anything in here, I'm not sure. Oh yeah. These are sort of rules, extra rules that allow us to fine-tune the roles and responsibilities to a much lower level. The business policy allows us to control actual fields on a screen. So if you have a screen that has, for example, a customer selling price on, and you want somebody in your business to maintain that screen, but you don't want them to see the customer selling price, then we would use the business policies to restrict that person and not allow them to see that specific field. So that's enough on that. Master data. Master data is the area where this really controls exactly how you want the system to work. Obviously, this system is being developed for William Lamb Footwear in UK, so it's currently set up for exactly how they want it to work. And if you look in the company, you can see their company is there, but you know, if you have multiple companies, divisions within your company, you can set it up for multiple companies. Your countries that you deal with, you can restrict to just specific countries. Departments within your business can be specific. You can identify those. The seasons, probably the same throughout footwear, autumn, winter, spring, summer, but if you wanted to have additional seasons to that, you can. And basically that's exactly what happens in the master data. You're setting everything up as you want the system to work. Construction types, you may not work with all these construction types, but these are the ones that were selected by William Lamb Footwear. Consumer groups, again, they're the consumer groups that they work with, but they're all free areas, free tables that determine how the rest of the system works. Pantone colours, master list of all the Pantones, colour tones. I'll probably explain a little bit more about that when we get onto some of the later videos. What else have we got? Order types, product lines, the different product lines that you want to assign, and a lot of these this information is actually drives the whole system, so it's not within the scope of this video to sort of explain that in great detail. But in simple terms, the master data is where you set and configure the system for exactly how you want it to work, and there are an infinite number of ways that the system can be set up to suit any particular customer, factory or whoever wants to use the system. Finance accounts, you've got currencies, you've got tax rates, credit ratings, sales and purchase, customer accounts, supplier accounts, shipping terms, shipping, your vessels, carriers, warehouse distribution, warehousing types, warehousing areas, etc., etc. And again, this is still in development. This is not totally complete yet. There will be more master data areas added as we develop the system through the remaining part of the phase one. That we're just in phase one. It's a two-phase project, but that's where we are on that. So we'll call it a day on that video. That's a very brief one showing the system admin and the master data control areas. Okay.